taken out after he got rid of the ball, but the umpire says fairly. Cass through the middle. Kick just not got the legs. It's chopped off by Goodley. They go back and find Danaher. Probably his first touch of the quarter and probably a good indication of where the Lions are. They need him involved a lot more. The kick is another good one and finds Ewan Chappell. Now he will go back and have a shot. There is no doubt about that.
Yeah, can't give Chappell that much space. He is the captain and coach. You know the player's going to be looking for him. Got to play a lot tighter on a player of the ability of Ewan Chappell as he lines up 45 metres out, just off centre.
So Ewan Chappell's kick looks good off the boot, and it's got the distance, it's got the accuracy. It's exactly what the Lions needed. They get a nice little settler on the board and put the margin back out to 16 points.
Yeah, as we said, crucial 10 minutes coming up. Can the Lions break away and I guess re-establish themselves in this match, or can the Dockers come back and if they can level up, they'll be the ones with the confidence going to the break.
So we welcome those who are joining us online now. We've had some issues here at Henson Park this morning, this afternoon even. It's probably the issue. Didn't get enough sleep last night. And if you are just joining us, it's the second quarter. We've just played nearly 12 minutes. At the moment, it's the Lions leading by 16 points. It's been a willing contest so far, and both teams have had their chances. Balmain have dominated this quarter, you'd have to say, Drury.
Absolutely. Another chance for the Dockers here. Hall with the mark on 50.
Probably testing his distance, Damien Hall. He'll be looking to dish this one off. Does so now. Puts it to the top of the square. Every opportunity, but there was no one there for the Dockers, and it was all red and white. And the Lions, now they switch. Kick, just chopped off there, and it's good work by the big fella in the Dockers colours.
Nick Whitehead it was.
Thanks, Drury. And now it's with Round. We get those two mixed up all the time, and his Round's kick was fantastic.
Lee Steer.
And Lee Steer, who was playing across that half-back line, is now pushed forward. He'll go back and line up for the answering goal. I like that move, Drury. He's a good set of hands, and you'd like to have that in your forward line at the moment. Lee Steer's kick is also a good one. So Balmain get another one back on the board. They go to 4-6. They trail Illawarra by 10 points at the moment.
Yeah, it's definitely a simple equation, Craig. The more Lee Steer is involved, the better it is for the Balmain Dockers Football Club. He's a physical presence. He asserts himself. He gets quick ball, and he's also very athletic as well. And definitely, when the opportunity arises, they need to get him forward, take marks in their attacking 50 metres.
Margin 10 points here at Henson Park. It's round 7 of the AFL Sydney competition. And we're in the second quarter. And it's the Illawarra Lions chasing their first victory of the season. They lead by 10 points at the moment, but the Dockers are on the charge. Here's Danaher for the Lions, trying to get the ball forward, just overrunning it there and leaving it behind. But Danaher, he just goes back and helps out and gets it back again. And, that's a tough call on him, holding the ball by the umpire. But come back for the Dockers.
Seeing the youngster Nick Whitehead now moving to the ruck, taking on Aaron Franklin.
Now it's with Joel Gray. Likes to go long and does so on this occasion. That's Britton there, the target, but good work by McClure to trouble him out of it. And now they break. Ewan Chappell with the ball. Tries to go inside, looking for, I think that's Hebron. Herdman, sorry. Knew it started with H. And they come back through now. The Dockers just goes through the legs of Joe Britton. And this is more indicative of the football we saw in the first quarter, Drury, where it was played sort of between half back and half forward by both sides. A lot of turnovers in the half back line. Umpire will have this one back. Heard him, has to go around the mark. Still not there. So I reckon he's kicked that. Oh no, here he goes now. I thought he was going to kick it from exactly the same spot. Defeat the purpose entirely. Wrapped up in the tackle there is it Bowen?
Kieran Hewitt.
Wearing number 7. Yeah, he was originally listed in 27.
Almost took Ryan Wells' head off trying to get the handball away.
Here goes Wells. Likes to run the straight lines. Coming back now to go forward are the Lions. Looking for Chappell. He's been very handy in that forward pocket. And just tries to get the runner out of the way in the only way he knows how. And now he goes to the option, and well taken there by Blackburn. Read that one well, tracked it back and got the big mitts up and pulled it in. And now Selby Lee Steer, that's the one touch we like to see. He drives them long, down, but not holding his feet. Gives
Billy Dixon with the shoulder tape. Dixon will get it back here. No.
David Wright it was, who eventually got it out of defence for the Lions. And now they're on the charge. Cook, hands off. This is a scoring opportunity for the Lions. They go forward, looking there for Bates. Couldn't bring it down, so it's eventually rushed over for... You confer about this. Was it a mark, or is it a rush behind? It's a rush behind, so... Margin now out to 11. And the bounce has killed him there. It's come back into the hands of Roebuck. Couldn't quite get clean ball. Now Ewan Chappell, he likes a goal from this angle. And he's got it. So the bounce of the ball really killed Balmain there. And the eventual result was Ken Ewan Chappell. And he slots it through. That's their 7th. And the margin out to 17 points.
Yeah, sometimes AFL, this great game, is a cruel one. They just try to kick into space there off the kick out the Dockers. And as you said, Craig, the bounce was a horrible one. Allowed the Lions to get to the ball in the right time. Hand pass away there, 2-on-1. And a fantastic finish by Chappell.
So the Lions have been able to regather after the Dockers really looked like they were going to run away with this game, but of course kicked I think 3 or 4 points in a row and didn't make the Lions pay. And now the margin back out to 17 points, and another one here to the Lions, and it'll be opportunities missed at the Balmain end of the ground. They drive forward again looking for Bates. He tracks it back, but good work there. I think it was Jenkins, but the kick turned over. They go inside 50, looking there. That was looking for Cook. Right, Balmain have done well here. Lee Steer seems to be doing a lot of work through the middle of the ground, going back to help out. And that's probably what they'll need, Balmain. Good tracking there. We said that we found out who 58 was. I didn't write it down. Sorry, Drury.
Aaron Franklin was scheduled for 29. He's basically doubled that number, and they've given him 58.
Meanwhile, the kicks come inside, and it's a good one for the Lions. And lining up will be Cook. Now he just wants to go short and looking for the coach. Ewan Chappell couldn't bring it in. Well, good work there from the Balmain defence. Now in the hands of Conway. They come down the line. And kick well trapped there, but couldn't quite get it clear. And what's the umpire said here? Holding the ball, so...
Gee, that's unlucky. Well taken off the half volley from Holiday. Here's Cook.
They go inside again. Good work there from the Balmain defence.
Daniel Lloyd.
Lloyd done very well. Now it's in the hands of Matthew Round. Round through the middle. Here's now Conway. Long kick out looking for Plug. Hall tracking there as well. Just tries to put the little slipper onto it, get it to his advantage, and does so. Conway, another big kick inside 50. You've seen a player on the run. This is Plug. Can he get it around the corner? He puts the bounce onto it, and I reckon he's... No, it's touched. I thought he'd just done enough to get that over the line.
I'll tell you what, he didn't think twice about it, Craig. He was about 15 metres out. He had about a metre to work with on the boundary line. Very tough angle. And if it wasn't for a late touch, it was actually going to go through for a goal.
He certainly had the bounce of the ball going his way. Now it's going the Lions' way. And Bud chopped off. So this left-right game of football continues, Drury, as they play between the half-forward and half-back lines. It's been a good contest so far. And good hit on there was from Lloyd. He's a big boy, doesn't mind throwing the weight around.
Look, I know it's a cliche, Craig, but I just think the next goal in this game is crucial. Illawarra are either going to have a very handy lead, or the Dockers will just feel that they're just starting to get themselves back in this football game, particularly at home here at Henson.
They will rue those early opportunities in this quarter when they just couldn't find the big sticks. And will it be their downfall in the end? Well, time will tell. Lions now. They've been able to settle this quarter. They looked like they were going to get overrun. Britton now with the ball. He's sharked it out of the pack. Goes central. Just a indiscriminate kick. And good smother there from the Balmain Dockers. Goodley. Here's another good smother. And now they're away. Conway. Nice little chip over the top. They've got plenty of numbers out here, the Dockers. And could have run on there, Matty Round, but decided he was going to have a shot as soon as the ball landed in his hands. So now, well, the kick inside was a good one, and it's found Tommy Maybon. I think it was a 28. Now Tommy Maybon's hit ball.
They call him Animal, Craig.
You'll have to tell me more about that.
Thailand end of season trip last year.
All right, well then no more will be said, because what goes on the end of season trip
stays on tour.
No problem. You'll make your own minds up for that one. Maybon's kick is online, so they've found the big sticks, the Balmain Dockers. 5 goals now on their side of the ledger, and the margin's reduced now to 10 points. And you're right, Jury. It's an important kick, and can the Dockers build?
Yeah, very unselfish there from Matty Round. Just found Maybon, put him in a nice position to convert the opportunity. And just want to pay mention to Wade Blackburn, who's playing on the ball, but he's getting back in defensive 50. He's going forward. He's everywhere at the moment, and it's certainly assisting the Dockers and their cause to get back into the game.
So we're back in the centre. Good ruck contest there. Comes to the advantage of the Lions. And there'll be a free kick here going to Cook. Just held after he got rid of the ball. So they'll be keen to get one back on the board now, the Lions. The kick is a good one to the advantage of Ewan Chappell. He read it best. Faded over the back of the pack. And he was able to just get rid of his opponent. And we know he likes to kick a goal. 23 minutes played, second quarter. Ken Ewan Chappell. Nice, easy approach, and does it like you want it. Goes straight through the middle. So the answering goal from the Lions puts the margin back out to 16 points. And we're back where we started from, Drury.
Yeah, indeed we are. Look, there needs to be a message to go out to the Dockers defenders, rather, Ed McCann in particular. Got to play so tight on Chappell. We know he's going to be a target. You cannot give him an inch, because we've seen what happens when you do.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, there's been so many occasions where Ewan Chappell has had to push himself into the middle when the Lions have just not got their hands on the ball, but we know that he does his best work up forward. Well, I know where he does his best work, but we can't mention that either. And he's now up forward, and he's got a couple to his name now, so the Lions up by 16 points. Smith secondary bounce in the middle. No, this ball's not going anywhere. Beautiful day here at Henson Park. We've said it before. Temperature just nice at the moment. Not a chill in the air. That will come once the sun dips down below the horizon. And the umpire off the ball here has seen something and will go to the Lions.
Aaron Franklin.
You have to remind me every time until I write that one down. Franklin's kick is a good one. Goes in long. Now, is it Nugent? Couldn't bring it around, and it's gone out in the full. Maybe just needed to settle a little bit on the kick there. He had a little bit more time. Hard when you're running perpendicular to the goals to swing that one around. Umpire just not entirely happy. I don't think when you're 180 metres away from goals that lining up is so important, but will go with it. Lee Steer at the back of the pack couldn't bring that one down, but well rove by the Dockers. They go forward again, chopped off by Rutter. He could have played on. In fact, I thought he did. The umpire said no, and he was given the opportunity to go back. Now in the hands of Cook. They've done well so far. Cook's been handy, especially across his half-forward line. That kick was a good one. Just couldn't bring it in, and they have enough time to go back. But it's all Dockers in the last line of defence, and Josh Cass wraps this one up.
Yeah, brilliant kick from Willie Cook there to Chris Cook, and I tell you what, deserved better. Chris Cook should have marked that, would have had a set shot, but instead the Dockers have the football. They've turned it over.
Now, kick here.
I thought that was touched.
So did I, and I just assumed it was smothered, but it must have come off just straight off the side of the boot. No players are questioning the call. So the kick from Thomas Green gives himself every opportunity. Has it got the legs? No, it hasn't, and will just push through for a rush behind. So good work there in defence from the Dockers. The margin 17 points. In the shadow of half-time.
Well, you mentioned earlier that the Dockers were doing a good job holding the lines here for kick-ins. It's now the reverse. Let's see what the Dockers can do with this one.
Ball comes out to Bowen. It's his second kick. It's important. Decides to go short. Still not out of the 50. Gray goes laterally looking for Cass. We know he can run. Hits the ball now. Puts on the burners. And down the line, the kick was... Well, it was a scrubbing looking kick, but it hit the target. Just wasn't been able to be marked. Know how hard those floating pies can be to mark. And now look at the numbers for the Dockers. They're all parked up in the forward line. Here they go. Good mark and work there. I think that was Halliday. Now he's tracked it back, looking for Britton. Now Halliday back on it. Tough angle. It'll be an amazing goal if he gets it. It's a great goal from Halliday, and he's put them another 6 points on the board. What a goal!
Oh, Nick Halliday, talk about second efforts. Got back up, got the ball back, and kicked a miraculous goal. Unbelievable. Just what the doctor ordered.
That sort of thing that can lift you as a side. Margin now 11 points. I must admit, I think I wrote him off. I was ready to put the camera on the boundary throw in, but somehow he's threaded the needle and put it through for the sixth goal for Balmain. 6-7 now. They've straightened their kicks up late in this quarter. And we're back once again to that 10-11 point margin. In the centre, good ruck work there from the Dockers. Lee Steer just tracked it back. Now they break. It's perfect stuff. The stuff you do at training there from the Dockers. Conway just gives a little show. Has a bounce now. Goes a little bit more straight. Comes in looking for Britton. Britton's right on the end of this and he's taken it. It was perfect stuff out of the middle. Just tracked it back. Swung it wide. Brought it back inside. Britton now hands off looking for Round and he's tackled. So from textbook stuff to schoolboy error. And the Lions get out of trouble.
Well, Joey Britton's been working hard all day in the goal square, moving around. He's had some 50-50 calls against him. He actually deserved his shot there. I don't know why he did that. Should have gone back and at least given it a crack.
Oh, meanwhile, this one's come inside and it's been marked in the square. Brad Plug.
Having said that, the result wasn't too bad, Craig. They're about a metre out directly in front.
Well... Just going back to that, you've got to ask why Matt Round actually ran around him. Go back and have your kick. But in the meantime, Plugs put this through. The margin now back into single digits. 5 points between these two sides. All right, on the shadows of half-time here at Henson Park. As you say, the result was good. It was a good kick in, and Plug did well. It's always a difficult one there when the ball's online for a goal. Do you go for it? Do you let it go through? Do you let it bounce? On that occasion, you have to say Plug did the right thing. And 6 points, the result. 29, nearly 30 minutes played. Second quarter here at Henson Park.
Well, this makes for a very interesting second half, Craig.
Yeah, you sort of ebbed and flowed this game. It was Illawarra all in that first quarter, and Balmain did well just to not let them get too far away. And then in this second, it's been all Balmain, and they just haven't maximised their opportunities. But here they go again, and that was almost on line for another goal. And There'll be a sigh of relief from the Illawarra coaching staff as we hit half-time here. The margin's 5 points. Balmain 7-7-49. Illawarra 8-6-54. A lot of those behinds on the Balmain scoreboard could have been goals. But as it stands, the margin only 5 points. And we'll take a short break here at Henson Park. Be back with us in about 20 minutes' time. This is looking like a good contest here between the Balmain Dockers and the Illawarra Lions. It's round 7 of the AFL Sydney. Join us back here in a couple of minutes' time.
Oh, everyone wants to see me.
I dropped 2 goals. Oh no, I saw all this. I fucking was stoked. I'll go back to my beer. I enjoyed it. Pushing on, boys, pushing on.
back here at Henson Park for the second half here in round 7. The AFL Sydney. It's the Balmain Dockers versus Illawarra Lions. Margin at half time, 5 points. Balmain, good effort in that second quarter to get themselves back in the contest. And we're away for the third quarter. Once again, straight out of the middle go the Dockers. And just can't find the handle there. It was Halliday. Kicked an amazing goal in that second quarter, did Nick Halliday. And they're inside 50 again, the Dockers. Target just couldn't bring it in. And Lions will switch now and try and move this one out of defence. In the hands of Nugent. Numbers at the back of the pack here. And tracking back was Johnson for the Dockers, gives it to Farrell. And this game of half forward to half back continues in these early stages of the third quarter. Mark taken by Cook. Goes inside, chopped off by the Dockers. And a late hit. We'll see a free kick downfield. And it will land in the hands of Mabon. And he plays on quickly. Gives it to Conway. He's nearly tackled. Does a nice little jink and weave. Hands of Gray. Gray goes for goal now, but his kick's offline. And just the minus score. Margin now 4 points, Drury.
Yeah, Tommy Mabon, his teammates were yelling at him to kick it, go back, take your time, but he insisted with the handoff there and just pushing it wide there. I think it was Gray. Look, interesting halftime talk. I was down in the Dockers sheds, Craig, and they spoke a lot about accountability and just their back line. They started converting some opportunities late in that first half, but they really did speak about just tightening up their back line.
Certainly done that in the early stages here. Lee Steer came into the game in that second quarter, and I'd like to see him do a bit more. Conway, he goes inside. Britton, the target. In fact, it's not Britton there.
Billy Dixon.
And
looks like an out-of-work porn star, but he's running around in Sydney AFL footy.
Boundary throw in. Dixon at the back there, just taps it forward, looking for Bowen. Tries to drip round and he's tackled well. The umpire have a good look at that and say, let's throw it in. Went one way, went the other, did Sean Bowen. And the boundary line was his friend on that occasion. Whitehead, the young fella, now tries to tap it forward. Bowen now applying the tackle. Wrapped up well. The umpire will throw it up. Just on 3 minutes played in the third quarter. Whitehead rucks this very well, puts it back into the danger zone, but well read by Rutter. And the Lions out of the danger just for the second. Walton just couldn't find a handle. Now they go back. The Dockers trying to find an avenue into goal. Good work there by Lloyd. But lands in the hands of Thomas Green now for the Lions. They can break. Josh Tier, hands off. Nice driving kick inside 50. It'll be tracked back at the back of this pack. Cass is there, as is Farrell for the Dockers. And it comes through Lee Steer. Oh, he's going to give it. And he thought, nah, I'll have a kick. And Lee Steer's kick up there now with Whitehead. He's been handy in these first stages of the third quarter. Kicks inside, but tracked back there from Tier. And now it's the Lions. Whitehead had the chance to bring that win and just stumbled through the fingers, and a good mark taken.
It was disappointing because if Whitehead's kick was good there, the Dockers had a great chance to mark. He had a chance to redeem himself as well, Whitehead, and then dropped it when it came back his way. But the Lions now, they've got an opportunity.
Green to Goodley, now in the arms of Cook. His kick is smothered off the boot. Not a good option there from Cook. Needed to get it inside. Good work there from Conway. He's lifted his work rate, and he goes out to Cass, playing off that back line. We've seen him in previous years running down the wing, and just seems to find a nice little spot down there coming out of defence. Boundary throw in now.
We saw a smother just moments ago from Daniel Lloyd. He has been a shining light today, Craig, if we're talking back line for the Dockers. And they spoke about Lloydie's work rate at the break as well, and the fact that they want the entire backline to adopt what Daniel Lloyd's doing.
Kick from Nugent's not a good one. It's gone out in the full, and the Dockers now opportunity to go back into attack. Good kick down the line, just unable to bring it in. Let's see, that is out there.
So Tommy Maybon, I think they've given him a push in the back call here.
They have, and he goes back and kicks it inside now. Kick was a good one, just couldn't bring it in. Now the Dockers have got a chance to put this one through, and it is. It's another major on the board, and a good kick there from Blackburn. And the margin now, well, the Dockers are ahead for the first time this afternoon.
Oh, fantastic play from Blackburn, the ever the opportunist. That's why he's the leading goal kicker for the Dockers this season, Blackburn. Off balance, fantastic snap around the body, and he knew it was a goal the moment it left his boot.
They certainly cheered that one through, did the Dockers. They've got 8.56 now, and they get their noses in front. So what have the Lions got now that they can bring back? They need to get their hands on the footy, and they need to arrest this charge that the Dockers have put on.
And I do believe it's the first time the Dockers have led all day, Craig.
Certainly is. Green now tracking it back for the Lions, but it pops out. Not finding the handle there was Joel Gray. Just had 2 or 3 grabs at it and couldn't bring it up. Now working hardly is Goodley in there. Ball comes out. They've got some run, the Lions, but they're just falling over at half forward at the moment. Oh, the bounce is killed. It's Herdman there. We saw him early in the game, but he's gone out of the game. Now a little push will go the Lions' way, and Goodley it is. He'll have the kick. In fact, he decides to hand off the handballs to Wells. Wells running sideways, trying to find an option. This has to be on the money, and it is. Found McClure. McClure's kick looking for Ewan Chappell, and it's perfectly placed for him, but good work there by Josh Cass just to get his arms in the contest, and then took Ewan Chappell out. So the young fella has certainly got the ascendancy there, and Ewan Chappell not happy about it either. Balmain now on the attack. They've got all the ascendancy at the moment, and now it's another forward entry, and coming through there, could have been taking the mark, but he swung back on it nicely.
Brad Plug.
And Plug's kick is out in the full, so he did everything right except finish off.
Gee, that would have brought the house down here at Henson Park, Craig. As you said, didn't take the mark, but chased the ball down, got around his opponent, and boy, gee, the stand here at Henson Park, they would have felt it shaking, Craig.
It's all going wrong for the Lions now at the moment. That kick out of defence only just made it into the field of play, but travelled out of bounds by a long way too. And Joel Gray, it is the recipient. He wants to hand off and does so now, right into the top of the square area. Lee Steer was the target, but couldn't get his opponent under the ball. And the Lions now go away through Jeffress. Jeffress up to Ewan Chappell, and Cass has certainly got the money on him at the moment, and he'll come away and he'll lay the tackle. Good work there by the young fella, and they go inside, but chopped off by McClure. Just have to work out some centre half forward targets at the moment, both sides. It's where they're both falling down, and
well, there was an opportunity there for the Lions. Craig Jeffress had Joshua David Wright running up the inside after receiving the kick initially from him, and he opted to go long. I thought the handball over the top would have been the preferred option there.
Meanwhile, there's a 50-metre penalty being handed out here to Jeffress. Still too far out to score, you'd think, so he goes inside. Target was Walton, but just trickles over the back, and, well, that's the only option you've got from there. Rush behind to the Lions. Margin, the single point now. 56 plays 55. You have to say, Drury, the momentum at the moment with the Dockers.
Certainly is.
Free kick, and it is against Wells. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, no, Blackburn getting to push the back call. You can see the difference, though, in the defence of the Dockers. I think they're playing a lot tighter. Illawarra, they just need to stay patient. They just need to stay patient and keep doing what they were doing in the first half.
Conway with the ball for the Dockers. His kick is a good one and just couldn't come in from Whitehead.
Well, there's a few drop marks from Whitehead in this quarter, Craig. I think we need to get the grippo out to him.
Doing his best. the moment, certainly putting himself in the right positions.
Been very impressive in reserve grade this season. In great form.
Oh, the ruck there stolen by Lee Steer. His kick off the boot. It was a rushed kick, and it wasn't even in the general direction of the goals. It's gone sideways and out of bounds on the full. And Nugent will take the kick for the Lions.
You should also mention this with under 18s and reserve grade winning today for the Balmain Dockers. This is an opportunity for the first time in a long time to see all three grades winning. So they'll be definitely keen to win this one, the first grade Dockers side.
They have a name for it, wouldn't they? Purple Haze or something like that. You know, they have different names around Sydney AFL. UTS have scored their first green rinse for the year in the preceding weeks. They were very happy to win all grades. So, as you say, Balmain be keen to do the same. This could be a free kick against Balmain. In fact, he's not even going to call it. I would have thought he didn't do enough there to get rid of it, even though he claimed that he had no part of it. Now the Lions get a quick kick out of the ruck, but it's chopped off by Johnson. He's been good today. Now called to play on. A kick into space, you can only say, to be nice. Conway's kick now.
Damien Hall.
Another one that wasn't even named on the team list, let alone a number change. So he's right down the bottom. Must put that in the memory bank. Oh, good mark by Lee Steer. Just fading back.
He's got Blackburn there, Craig.
Now he goes that way and he pulls it in. So good movement by the Dockers. And Wade Blackburn will go back and have a shot on goal. Worrying signs for the Lions here at Henson Park. It's all Balmain at the moment. Wade Blackburn. Got the boots to prove it. And they just don't do him justice on this occasion. So, opportunity lost. Margin 2 points.
Yeah, enterprising play there from Balmain. Disappointing to see Blackburn miss that from their perspective. The Lions, well, they need something. They need some sort of a spark to get themselves back in the game because it's been all the Dockers of late.
Short, it's a good option. In the hands of Rutter. In now goes. Finds Goodley. Just stops and assesses his options. Now with Green. Green's handball over to Roebuck. They've done this well, the Lions. Just ball security now looking for Ewan Chappell, but Cass has got his numbers certainly at the moment. In fact, he's got two of his numbers. He's got 33. Ewan Chappell's only got 3. They go back now, the Dockers, and the little kick. We'll see a boundary throw in. So a good matchup there. The experience of Ken Ewan Chappell and Josh Cass, who's played plenty of Premier Division football, but certainly got some age difference between those two. Now, the Dockers getting worried out of it. Ewan Chappell now with a kick inside, but it's all Dockers. Hall now just keeps to track it back, can't find the handle, get 2 hands on it, and then he'll be all right. He does so now, hands off, finds Gray. Gray now, he has got options up the ground, and the kick's a good one in front of, it is Blackburn. And the nice inventive kick there, probably needed to just take his time. And it's just falling down across half forward for the Lions at the moment. Hall playing that loose man across back line. Probably a good role for Damien Hall. And Bowen pushes them forward. Numbers in the advantage of the Dockers. Britton hands up. This is good football by the Dockers. Driving inside now. Who's the target?
Yeah, look, the Lions just coming in there and chopping that off. Great play for the Dockers. Look, I've got to agree with you, Craig, there. Damien Hall has been superb back there in this third quarter. We saw him dribble the ball towards the boundary line, kick it up the line, under pressure to Blackburn, and then just starting off that raid by the Dockers into their forward 50. But the Lions good enough to chop it off, as we see now the ball in dispute back in the Dockers 50. Another opportunity.
Here they go, the Dockers, off the boot of Conway. Just couldn't sneak it in. And another behind. 8-10 now, the Dockers. He's been around a long time, Damien Hall, and probably relishes in that loose man role. Does like to fade forward, as he's actually doing now, just sneaking inside 50. The Lions trying to find a way out of defence. They've really shut down the options now, the Dockers, and that, well, that's just pure accountability. As you said, that was one of the focuses for the Dockers in this second half. They gave him no options, rushed the kick, and out of bounds on the full was the result. So Joel Gray, right to the top of the square. Lee Steer lurking, puts the hands up, couldn't bring it in, falls to the bottom of the pack. Now with Blackburn, couldn't bring it around the corner. Tracking it back is Plug. He wants to go back and find an option. Just wasn't on the foot. That's what I said. Hall just lurking forward. Now just toe pokes in front of him. He used to want to do. Damien Hall. Yeah, dispossessed by Cook. And out of bounds.
Oh, boy.
It's not an option. Is good result from Balmain, but Damien Hall's gone down.
Well, that smother, Craig, just to jump in, it's either hit him in the head as a Falcon or hit him where we don't like to be hit at all.
I think it's actually hit him in the fingers. You just see him in the background there.
It was a great smother nonetheless.
It was a good result. It's come up worse for wear, that's for sure. Not sure where the injury is. And now the Lions need to find something. Give it credit though, the margin only 3 points at the moment. Balmain playing on top of them at every point of the game in this third quarter, so it could be worse for the Lions.
Oh, look, absolutely. You know, the Lions, they're just one kick away, literally. So I think, you know, as I said, they need to be patient. They need to remember that there's only one kick in it, and both sides have only won once between them all year. So winning isn't a habit for either side, and we could see quite a few lead changes the further we go into this game.
Franklin versus Whitehead. Whitehead got that down to Bowen now. A little rush kick and a good mark taken there by the Lions. In the hands of Jeffress. He's been very handy for them this afternoon. And now the options just absolutely dry up as Balmain man up very, very well. Good mark taken by Farrell in defence. Near defence. And now they go into attack again. Pushing back onto it was Jeffress. And the handball just chopped off and causes the turnover. Now through the middle, another turnover. Wells. The kick was an ugly one, didn't come off the boot as he would have liked, and comes back looking for Lee Steer, who's playing a mountain of a game at the moment, playing forward and back and through the middle in the hands of Bowen. 18 minutes played, third quarter, margin's 3 points. Early point of the game for a round to be cramping up, so we'll keep an eye on that. Good spoil played there by Halliburton. Haven't seen much of him this game so far. And the tackle affected by Brookfield. Just get the feeling that the Lions need to just slow the game down a little bit. Ball security. Even that kick across field has ended up in a turnover. And Balmain on the attack again. Inside looking for Plug, and he's found him.
Yeah, absolutely, Craig. As we said, I think, you know, they just need to show a little bit of composure, the Lions, a little bit of patience. They need to remember there's only 3 points in it at this stage. It's still anybody's game, and I just think they're just probably just rushing themselves a little bit, and it's far too early to do that, that's for sure.
Brad Plug coming in to increase the margin for the Dockers. Kick is offline. In fact, it's no chance at all of a goal. And 8-11 now, the Dockers. So it's playing out much like it did in that opening stages of the second quarter, with a few opportunities for the Balmain Dockers going amiss. And on the other side of the ledger, Illawarra just not doing enough, I feel, to give themselves the best opportunity.
Yeah, they're certainly not, because the Dockers aren't setting the house on fire either. You know, they're missing their opportunities, certainly in front of goals. And the Lions, I think, if they just start playing a bit more possession football and slowing it down and keeping the ball and the control of the game in their hands, that'll give them the best opportunities to post some more points.
20-minute mark, third quarter. It's the Dockers by 4 points. Plenty of opportunities. That could have been a high tackle. Umpire didn't see it. And it's now in the advantage of the Lions as they just scrub this ball forward. Farrell in there trying to stop the momentum. Could have been tackled below the knees. Umpire says no. Plenty of football being played here. They just let him go. And then finally the umpire has no option but to call it for himself. They've been good, the umpires, today. They've let the ball flow. Now flowing in the Balmain direction. Good kick out of there from Conway. Finds Lee Steer. He goes long. This is a perfect kick, exactly where you want it as a forward. Couldn't pull it in there, was Whitehead. They get the ball clear again. Britton, he goes backwards, looking for Conway. Conway now turns, puts it on the boot. It's a chiselling kick inside, too low. Chopped off by Wright for the Lions. Kick out of defence, finds Cook. And he just goes one way and goes the other way. Now with Ryan Wells. Does like to go long, does Wells, and he does so on this occasion. Finds at the back of the pack there, Ewan Chappell there with Cass. Also in there is Nugent. Just tries to tap it clear. Balmain willing to give up a bit of ground just to make sure they get the ball forward. That kick's not a good one. It's going to fall in front of Wells, although couldn't quite get there. And the tackle's a good one as well. So plenty of football being played at the moment. There's not stopping this for anything, and they could have stopped it there and they don't, but they play on the Lions. Inside looking for Ewan Chappell. He flies way too early, but it falls to his advantage. Up he comes, just pops the ball in front, and it's a good work there from McClure, and he gets the goal, and it's great work from Ken Ewan Chappell. And the margin now 2 points in favour of Illawarra, so the goal that they were looking for has come, and now what can Balmain do?
Well, as we said, you know, the Lions, they're still very much in this game as they take the lead, and obviously in their game plan to play on, it has been working for them so far, so probably not going to shy away from that, the Lions, but great second efforts there from Chappell and the forward line in general, and well, that's exactly what the Lions needed, and well, they're in front by 2 now, Craig. This one's going to go right down to the wire.
As I was saying, the Balmain Dockers were all over the Lions early in this quarter, and the scoreboard really hasn't reflected that to the point that they're now behind after the shot on goal. The goal scorer there, McClure, back in the back line, so he's having a run with the roll at the moment. Good tackle applied. Umpire will ball this one up. 8:11:59 plays 9:7:61. It's the Lions by 2 points here at Henson Park. 23 minutes played. It's been a good battle so far, and it looks like it's going to go down to the line. That's a great kick there. It's another good kick
from Wade Blackburn. Unbelievable. He loves it around the body there. That's his 16th goal for the season now, Blackburn, and he just has that uncanny knack of turning absolutely nothing into something, and boy, do the boys get around him there.
Quick reply from the Dockers. Wade Blackburn, he's kicked a couple like that today, Jury. You wear yellow boots like that, you need to show it, and he certainly has done that.
Oh, that's exactly right, Craig. There's a few different coloured boots on the grounds these days, and well, I say if you wear them, good luck to you. You've got to produce the performance and back it up on the field.
Conway drives them out of the middle. This is a good kick, falls to the advantage of Blackburn again. Can he get 2 in a row? Tries to play for the free kick on that occasion, not forthcoming. And the kick out of defence, Walsh, and be a brave umpire who calls that a deliberate out of bounds. So we'll have a boundary throw in. Franklin, certainly with a height advantage in that ruck contest, but it's Balmain Dockers who come away with it. Wells running straight lines, just couldn't take the ball with him. Now the siren sounds. A very short quarter. A very short quarter, 24 and a half minutes played. And there was certainly a few goals kicked. But at the end of the third quarter, we've got a game on our hands here at Henson Park. It's been toing and froing. Balmain had the ascendancy in that quarter, but unfortunately couldn't put it on the board and make the Lions hurt. So they go into this third quarter break with a margin of 4 points to their advantage. They've kicked 9 goals, 11-65. Illawarra 9 goals, 7-61. And Drury, it's all set up for a big last quarter.
Oh, absolutely, Craig. I think the fans here are licking their lips at this prospect of what's to come here in the fourth quarter, and just having a look at the body language of the two sides. They're both up. They both know they've got a great opportunity to get the victory here this afternoon. And, well, I think it's just going to come down to who wants it more, Craig. Who's going to assert themselves, pressure, bit of physicality, and who's going to convert those opportunities, because we've seen some misses in front of goal today, probably more so from the Dockers, but great opportunity for Illawarra to post their first victory of the season here at Henson Park this afternoon.
It's all in front of them now, the Illawarra Lions. They only trail by 4 points, and the Balmain Dockers really squandering a few opportunities in that quarter, so it's all set up. You saw the Lions there. They ran into their huddle quite quickly. I must admit they probably weathered the storm there from the Dockers, in that they were throwing everything at them, and the Lions were able to minimise the scoring damage, and the margin only 4 points. So there's still a kick in it. And Drury, how do you see this last quarter? Can the Dockers hold the momentum, or will the Lions hold them out and score their first victory of the season?
Well, I think the Lions have got to give themselves a great chance. They've got every reason to be confident. They've been playing on, and their game plan today has obviously been to attack the Dockers on the counter, and I think they have to keep doing that. You know, there will be certain times they can get out to a lead where they will probably need to slow it down a little bit. But I think we've seen the Dockers start to win a few more clearances in the centre. So, look, this one could go either way, but certainly Illawarra, every chance for their first win of the season.
The margin's 4 points in favour of the Dockers at this moment. We'll take a very short break here at Henson Park, but make sure you stick around and join us for all the action from this final quarter. It's set up to be a big one. It's the Dockers by 4 at three-quarter time. 9-11-65 to the Dockers, plays 9-7-61 to the Lions. 4 points the margin as we go into this final quarter. Round 7 of the AFL Sydney competition. And it's anyone's game at this stage. The Dockers, you'd say, have got the momentum going into this final quarter, but if the Illawarra Lions can take advantage of their opportunities, they'll have every chance to post their first win of the season. We're set for the last quarter. It's a cracker here at Henson Park. It's Dockers by 4 as we're underway. And they come out of it again, the Dockers. Johnson it is, driving them forward, but plenty of red and white around here. Good tackle played, and that's gone to there on the right. Just no awareness of what was around him. And it was a great tackle by Blackburn. And he will go back and just wants to go short now. Does so, looks for an opportunity. Good work there. Oh, you can't. He's called high contact. Wow. Brent Johnson got away with that one. I thought it was good work there by the Illawarra defender.
Yeah, look, unlucky for the Lions there. Johnston was on his knees, probably about 30 centimetres from the ground zero anyway, but the umpires called it.
Brent Johnson got the clearance. Now he's having the shot on goal. Not a lot of movement on the line. Has it got the legs? Touched on the line. Just the minor score, so a let off there for the Lions. Just no awareness of what was around him there, Nathan Wright, for the Illawarra side, as he almost nonchalantly took the mark and strolled forward. Needs to be a bit more aware of that. Needs there. Another mistake from the Lions.
And didn't Wade Blackburn let him know about it too?
Ryan Wells has stepped out of the square. It's one of those things I reckon is unforgivable. What advantage you're going to take from an extra step. I reckon kick it from about 2 feet back. And they've been able to rush it, so minimising the damage. The Lions on this occasion again. Rutter goes short, too short, finds looking for Cook, has to go back, and now they clear it. In fact, it was David Wright with the kick out. The Lions, just this kick is the one that's causing them an issue, and good work on this occasion. It's Brookfield who wants to come through the middle. Now Wright again, he needs to take this mark. This time he can play on, does so, straightens up. Puts the ball out in front of his coach in.
Oh, gee, that's a tough call.
He'll want to play on here, no. Just couldn't get the legs working. Kenny Ewan Chappell to try and get the advantage of the run on.
Well, there was no arm chopping, there was no pushing or shoving. That was just good body work there from Cass, but it's just one of those things where the defenders, they don't seem to get much slack these days.
Let's wait for the 5.16 coming in. Dubbo Airport, as Kenny Ewan Chappell lines up, runs very close to the man on the mark, and in the end has to kick it high to get over him. And getting back there was Lee Steer. He's had a mountain, as I said, a mountain of a game this afternoon. Been amongst the Balmain Dockers best, that's for sure. Too early to be going for the cramp right now, I would have thought.
Well, word's getting around, Craig, that this is a nail biter. I think some of the Qantas Jets are actually just turning around now. And we can see a bit of an influx here at Henson Park. They're sending a few off straight from Dubbo Airport, as you mentioned. And you can see the pilots trickling in.
Shot for Roebuck now as he runs into an open goal, and the kick's offline. Margin back to 5 points. They're going to do this one in behinds this afternoon. Said margin, 5 points, 3.5 minutes played.
It's a strange game, isn't it? Because it feels like the Dockers have all the momentum, but yet still one straight kick will have the Lions in front.
Come out now, the Dockers. Plenty of numbers around this ball. Looking for Lee Steer again. He applies the tackle. A good tackle it was on Halliburton. And Chris Halliburton will be wrapped up. And we'll start it all again. There's a big desire just to run this one out from both sides. Plenty of numbers around the football. Just indiscriminate kick inside 50, and it could be called a mark. In fact, it wasn't, but it was just as good from Brookfield because he had plenty of opportunity to just go back and run it. Once again, the bounce has killed Ken Ewan Chappell, and Dockers relieve a little bit of pressure as they come down the sideline. Chucking it back now, Roebuck. Comes back looking for Wright. Good work in there from Hall just to get his hand over it. Now he just pushes Halliburton in the back. It wasn't Halliburton, Roebuck in the back. Got away with that one.
He's a menace, Damien Hall. He just never gives up, keeps rolling that ball towards the boundary line.
And it comes. Numbers here for the Lions, but just a little bit of tired football out there at the moment. You get the feeling. Going back there is Tier. Here he gets it now. And through the middle, a good option, finds Green. Got plenty of numbers around this now. Goodley has to go back to Green to get rid of the opponent. Does so. Green inside 50, looking for Ken Ewan Chappell. Couldn't get there, but brings the ball to ground. Cass is lurking. And once again, the Dockers repel the forward thrust. And almost a mark there, not Pell. Wells now gets it clear. They go in again, do the Lions, and they just need to find a forward target at the moment. They're just bereft of options as they go forward. Out of defence, Lee Steer, who's now playing almost that sort of resting ruck in the back line. Conway drives them forward. That's a good kick. He's found Maybon, and Maybon should go back.
Well, last time he handed it off, remember, to a short kick. Oh, he's doing it again here, Craig.
But that one's better. He's found Conway, who just ran through. And no indication at all from Lee Conway that he's going to hand this one off. Just casually strolls back.
Well, even the umpire's telling him how to kick it.
Giving himself a decent run up here. Here's Lee Conway. Does like a goal. Nice measured approach, and it's on its way. And the Dockers are starting to get a bit of momentum getting in this last quarter. They kicked their 10th for the game, and their margin now out to 11 points.
Yeah, crucial kick there. Conway made no mistake. Nice dish off from Tommy Maybon there, and it's just once again we see the importance of the ability to be able to convert your opportunities, kick straight, and get the 6 points.
10-13-73, 9-8-62. The margin 11 points in favour of the Dockers. Illawarra searching for their first win of the season. Dockers, they've got one in the bank already against the Sydney Hills Eagles, but they desperately like to get another one here at Henson Park. It's been a slow approach from the Dockers. They were trailing for much of the game, got their noses in front in that third quarter, and now they look like they seem to want to go on with it. Ball comes out again. Wrapped up is Johnson, couldn't get the boot to ball. Britton comes through, nice little handoff to Bowen, who drives it forward. Plenty of it, yes, there it is. There was options in the forward line, and it's landed in the lap of Brad Plug, and alarm bells starting to ring for the red and white. It's good work by Britton. Attacked the football and dished off nicely to Bowen, and they just seem to have more options going forward, the Dockers. Here's Brad Plug. The kick's a good one. It's on line. And Bradley Plug gets another on the board. The margin now out to 17 points. And the Dockers are on the charge.
Oh, shoot him, McGavin. Bradley Plug nailed that straight through the centre. And you can feel the crowd get into this one now. The Dockers, they're up. They're up. This could be a win for all three grades unless the Lions do something and fast.
It's not that they haven't had their opportunities, the Lions. They're just lacking that forward target. Being a little bit focused on Kenny Ewan Chappell, and Josh Cass has played a very good game on him this afternoon. You get the feeling maybe now might be the time for Ewan Chappell to consider throwing himself in the middle just to get the ball going forward. Because right now it's going forward in the other direction. Conway out of the middle, and a good mark taken by Matt Round. And as you said, Drury, the crowd now starting to get behind it. They can feel another win coming for the Dockers.
There's plenty of purple here, Craig, with the exception of the Qantas Pilots in the corner, that is.
Matthew Round. His kick comes in, it's just pushed to the left and goes through for a minor score. 11-14 has probably been the only blot on their copybook this afternoon. Some of their shots on goal.
Well, this is where they need a quick kick in, Craig. They really need to just get the ball moving and just play on and start winning some one-on-one contests.
Good contest there from Jeffress against Lee Steer. Lee Steer's been so good today. Now getting back on that was Dwignan. Haven't called his name so far this afternoon. I know that because it's a shocking one to try. Luke Dwignan. No idea if that's right or wrong. Lee Steer will go up against Thomas Green. Interesting ruck combination, that one. And dispossessed there was Conway. And it was a good tackle. And now wrapped up. Is that a good game? Has Lee Conway, Jury? He's been in everything this afternoon.
Yeah, certainly has. Another one from the Dockers been impressed with today, Joel Gray. He's just been there in the background, laying on the tackles, doing the little 1%ers. He's been fantastic, as has Conway. Daniel Lloyd and also Josh Cash, some other notables, and Lee Steer, as always.
Margin 18 points now. A lot of work ahead of the Illawarra Lions if they are to want to try and get their first win on the board. In fact, this one's gone against them again. High contact. And that man we were just speaking about, Lee Conway, will have the kick inside, wants to dish off. And now just goes long. Not a bad option because Lee Steer is lurking. He's brought it down. And this, you'd have to say, is for the game. Kicks this. Could be well out of reach for the Lions. And much deserved Lee Steer. He's been fantastic this afternoon. Goes back, the kick not a great one, and just leaves the door ajar. 19 points the margin. They'll have to start scoring quickly, the Lions, if they are to get back into this one. Unable to trouble the scorers so far this quarter. Hands of Green. Coming out with Brookfield on a good lead. Straight into the sun. Goes to McClure. This is the kick that's been falling down on this occasion. Able to find a target are the Lions. What's on now? Not a lot forward. Must play on. And now do so now. At the back of the pack, Ken Ewan Chappell there, but right on his hammer is Josh Cass. As he has been all afternoon. This one will go over the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw in. 12 minutes played. Final quarter. Balmain by 19 points. The Dockers have been good. The Lions have just... It's been a bit of a drought of opportunities for them, certainly in this second half of football. The Dockers really got rolling.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Lions probably just play a little bit more directly. They're using the boundary lines. I just think the situation they're in, they need quick goals. They need a bit more direct attack and just straight up the middle and straight into the forward 50.
Very open forward line at the moment, but take nothing away from the Balmain defence. They've been great this afternoon. And Whitehead it is now who just scrubs the ball forward. Good attack on the football there from Wright. Not rewarded. Could have been a high contact. He's still in there plugging away is Nathan Wright. And the rolling maul forms. Walton it was going in the ruck for the Lions. Wrapped up again. Umpire will have a good look at this and say, I'll have it. 13 and a half minutes played. A very short third quarter, so anyone's guess as to how long this one will play. Nathan Wright now drives through the attack, looking for Ken Ewan Chappell, but once again it's Josh Cass, and on this occasion Ewan Chappell forced to defend and wraps up Cass.
So even now I'm surprised the Lions aren't pushing forward. They need a few quick goals. Still a lot of space and a lot of Lions back behind the ball. Very interesting.
I wonder if it's the approach by Kenny Ewan Chappell. Just to just keep that forward line open, but really right now it's 4 on 2 as the Dockers have floated 2 extra men back behind the ball, and that's going to make it very hard to score goals. Now they do. Ewan Chappell calling a player out, though he's not coming, so now it's with Ryan Wells, dispossessed but able to get the handball clear. Spinning in the tackle was McCann. His kick was chopped off, but now with Conway again, and they're away. Here they go. Blackburn on the run. Throws it on the boot, goes forward. It's a one-on-one contest up forward, and the one-on-one is taken by Plug. Just strong hands in front of Josh Tier, his opponent. And he will take all the time in the world to go back and make sure of this one. It was good work by the Dockers to get it clear, and then having Wade Blackburn in so much space on the wing. You wonder how he got so much space, especially with the Dockers playing an extra 2 men in defence. So here he goes. Brad Plug has just pushed it to the left, but you'd think they've done enough, the Dockers. Time running out for the Lions to get themselves back into this one. Yet to score in this quarter, and at the moment you can't see where the scores are going to come from. Walsh kicks out, looking for Tier. He's beset upon by 2 Dockers. Ewan Chappell's pushed up the ground now, just pushes it forward.
Well, they need 4 quick goals in the next 10 minutes or so, Craig, the Lions. Unfortunately for them, they've only kicked 1 since half-time, so they certainly need a goal very, very shortly. And there's an opportunity here, though, maybe, although Matt Round's got the ball now for the Dockers. Yep.
Just dispossessed in the tackle, but the Dockers were able to get back on it. Now they come forward. Wells, he's tried hard for the Lions. Coming through the middle in the hands of Nugent. They drive forward, not a lot on offer up forward for the Lions. Now it's in the hands of Herdman. Comes back, swings it out wide. Jeffress, he looks up, not a lot on offer still. They come out to meet it, but there's plenty of Dockers jumpers back there, including Lee Steer and Jerome Farrell, and they get them out of defence quite easily. Dixon couldn't find his feet, comes back to his opposite size number in Franklin, who goes forward again. Good spoil there by McCann. They've been very good in defence, the Dockers, today, and the short kick off the deck has landed in the hands of your man Joel Gray, Drury, and they get out of the fence again, the Dockers. Oh, good work. Tom Maybon looks up. Lee Steer has just tracked forward. In fact, it's Brookfield. Blackburn, sorry.
Yeah, well, I think we now know why Tommy Maybon's not taking shots for goal. That kick should have been better. Joel Gray's just been outstanding today. He's just been doing all the little things off the ball that have been somewhat probably unnoticed, but he's been fantastic. And the Lions, well, they need to push forward. Got nothing to lose now.
David Wright drives forward. They need a goal. They need it quickly, and it's not going to come. Daniel Lloyd gets them out of defence. Turnover at half back. Josh David Wright goes to Wells. Wells drives forward. Needs to run the straight line through the middle, as he does. Now what's on offer? And this come to the back. Cook has popped up, thrown it on the boot. Has he got the legs to get this one over the line? Just touched on the line by Farrell. A good effort. And just a minor score. Margin 19 points. 18 and a half minutes played.
Well, there was a play running through there. I think it was Jeffries rather, for the Lions. And if you just had a look up, just the shorter kick, unmarked, directly in front, 10 out. Probably would have done that had he have had it over again, Craig.
And he's stepped over the line here on the kick out. He's going to French Open style call for the mark on the line. Unfortunately, it was generally the goal umpire. Unfortunately, the goal umpire can't do anything about it. So it'll be a ball up top of the square. Opportunity for the Lions. The Dockers just have to rush this one through. And comes down. Haven't done enough yet, but wrapped up in the tackle. We'll have another chance at it. You just need a third man up here, Drury, to just knock this one straight over the line.
Absolutely, and I'd like to see a few more Lions come into the 50 here to block off the next kick.
Cook has a slot and goal, just couldn't, just smothered off the boot. Comes out now. Tracking it back is Halliburton. He hasn't done enough, just swings the boot at it. Plenty of Dockers numbers around it. Dixon just made it look harder than it needed to be. Cass, he's running. And here they go, the Dockers.
Poor old Billy Dixon.
Maybon just knocks it forward, trying to get in the path of round. Didn't quite get there, and coming out is David Wright. And now in the hands of Walsh. And just can't find a target. And Lloyd in that last line of defence. Out to Conway. He's had plenty of opportunities. Oh, this is nice. Finds Dwignan. He goes long. Oh, that's a fantastic mark by Blackburn. In fact, I reckon he gave up on that. Thought he's not going to be anywhere near it. And when the Lions player run under the path of the ball, next thing you know, it lands in his lap.
Well, I think he wants his 17th goal of the season here, Craig, but potentially be looking to hand this off. Kieran Hewitt's there about 10 metres out, unmarked.
Start of the game, just go back and have a shot, get the glory, get the fame. Fortunately, got the behind. nearly 21 minutes played here at Henson Park, round 7. And it looks like the Dockers are going to get their second win for the season.
Well, they need to show a bit more urgency, the Lions. I'm not seeing a lot of urgency from them. And just need to get their hands on the footy and go direct and get into the forward 50 as quick as they can.
They've run well, the Dockers. They've certainly had plenty of numbers at every contest, as they do again here now. Oh, big hit there from Wright. Player was just... Oh, he's had another go at him. Daniel Lloyd won't take a backward step, that's for sure.
Bit of frustration there. Wasn't a lot in the hit, I thought.
Yeah, Lloyd was just working his way, and he was slipping down in the contest, and Wright wrapped him up. Now I'm talking about wrapping up. Wells is wrapped up. He's going to be pinged here. Just dragged the ball back in. Didn't do enough. And that's probably a summation of the Lions game today. They just haven't been able to do enough. And when it came down to it, the Dockers come out on top. And this is interesting. Cass followed his man down. And it's Josh Cass, who should feature in their best players today. Very hard for defenders sometimes to get themselves onto the match report. Kicks a goal here, he might just flag his intentions. Cass comes in and he slides it through, so the defender gets a goal, and the Dockers have got this one.
Reward for effort there from Josh Cass. What a tremendous performance, particularly in the second half on Chappell, who's been a target for the Lions, and he needed to keep that one to the left-hand side, the upright, to sneak it through, and that he did. A brilliant finish, and, well, we might be seeing a lot of purple tonight, Craig. We might be seeing a win in all 3 grades in a very long time for the Dockers.
Yes, there'll be a few sore heads.
And I think purple would suit you, Craig.
It's not my colour. Just bringing out the purple in my eyes as they come through the middle. Some sore heads, of course. Sunday afternoon football. Yeah. Look at your responsibilities come Monday morning, but all credit to the Dockers. They've been good this afternoon. It took a while to get started, but once they got started, they've just rolled on and just mowed down the lead that the Lions had opened up and gone on with them themselves. Good work there by Ryan Wells to come back and chop this off. He just wants to get this one over the line. In fact, he doesn't in the end. And gets it forward. Lurking there in the back from Damien Hall. And Around this pack, all done bar the acceptances now. 24 minutes played. There could be 30 seconds or 5 minutes left. Not exactly sure how this one will play out. But some tired bodies out there. They've done enough, the Dockers. There it is, 24 and a half minutes again. And the Dockers score their second win of the season over the Illawarra Lions, who are yet to find a victory in 2013. And in the end, the margin 26 points in favour of the Dockers. They kicked 12 goals, 17-89. Illawarra 9-9-63. Only that minor score rushed behind in the final quarter, and it just wasn't enough for the Illawarra Lions. And all credit to the Dockers. They had a fantastic afternoon this afternoon, and they'll be wanting to celebrate hard when the purple haze has come over Henson Park here today.
Fantastic win for the Dockers, Craig. President David Yole, he'd be delighted. Winning all three grades, as we alluded to. A great day for the Balmain Footy Club, and it was a great overall performance. They were behind early in the first quarter, but they stuck to their guns and gradually found their way in front and muscled out a good four-quarter victory. The Lions, well, they can take plenty from this, I think, Craig. You know, it wasn't the greatest way to finish off, but I think they certainly showed some very positive signs there in the first half, and plenty for the Lions to work with moving forwards. 26
points was the final margin here at Henson Park. Round 7 rounded out in the AFL Sydney competition. It was Balmain, 12 goals, 17-89. They have defeated the Illawarra Lions 9-9-63. Thank you for joining us here, Jury, on the AFL Sydney Match of the Week. And a certainly thank to our viewers who are joining us online. And we'll catch up with you next week as we continue the AFL Sydney Match of the Week here, thanks to Digital Sports.